Hey guys, System Override here with Verge Gaming, and today I've got the Verge Gaming podcast, your weekly gaming fix. Today we've got a huge lineup for you, with basically the discussion and news as usual, but first I need to address something which is to do with why we didn't have our podcast last week. Now, this is to do with my co-host Hazard. Unfortunately, due to work commitments and to stresses with his job, he's had to leave Verge Gaming. So I hope he comes back sometime in the future, but for the time being, it's just going to be me until I can find another co-host. So today we've got 3 guests as usual, the first of which is Hazzy. So if you'd like to introduce yourself.
Alright, hey guys, my name's Hazzy. I'm new to Verge Gaming, so this would be probably the first time you guys are hearing my voice. Just to say a few things about myself, I'm 16 years old and I'm a big MMO player, along with FPS games as well. And I do try and follow gaming news, keep up to date, and keep you guys entertained. If any of you are interested in my videos, my channel is Hazzy HD, so give it a look.
Okay, so our second guest is WoWDar. He's been on the show before, but if you'd like to introduce yourself again.
Hey guys, Dar here. Verge Gaming director, TG and RPG director, and I have my own channel over at WoWDar 1 on YouTube. Do mainly different types of MMOs, RPSs or RTSs, and trying to work my way into the first-person shooter market. And recently started up my own vlog series over there.
Okay, cool. And Yigian, if you'd like to introduce yourself.
Hey guys, Yigian here. I'm also a Verge Gaming director, and my YouTube channel is The Yigian. Go check it out. At the minute, I'm only doing Minecraft till I can get a new game, but I've got loads of content going on up there. Go check it out if you enjoy Minecraft and other games. And I also do FPSs, RPGs, RTSs. Do quite a wide variety of games.
Okay, cool. So, without further ado, let's get on with the discussions for this week's podcast. Now, the first topic I want to talk about is what defines a hardcore gamer. So there's sort of like a variety of different categories that people can be put into as a gamer. There's the social gamer, which is generally people who play Facebook games. There is the softcore gamer, who is generally people that play games but not that often. There's the medcore gamer, which is people who sort of play gaming, like different games competitively, but they don't take it too seriously. And then, of course, there's the hardcore gamer, who is someone who plays gaming for a living. But what I'm wanting to do is discuss with you guys how you would actually define a hardcore gamer, because people seem to have different opinions on this. So what I'm thinking today is if we just come down with a sort of set standard for a hardcore gamer and how they should be described as. So what are your guys' opinions?
Well, honestly, I think I've seen a YouTuber who actually put it best, and I really like the way they put it. A hardcore gamer is somebody who will work their schedule around a game, whereas a casual gamer will work the game schedule around their real life.
That's actually very good.
Yeah,
that's a very good way to describe that. Actually.
I kind of disagree with that in a way. I see as sort of a hardcore gamer as someone who will sit down and just play like a very long session of a game. It doesn't have to be, or it depends what game it is as well. If it's someone like an FPS player, if they're sitting down and playing an FPS game for 5 hours straight, I would class that as hardcore gaming, because you are basically taking all the time out of your day just to sit down and play that game.
But then that's unfair, because you can get hardcore gamers who basically have full-time jobs and then they just spend their available time playing games. So, for example, you can get people who work, let's say, 8-hour days, and between getting home from work and going to bed, they will just play games.
That'll be a hardcore.
That should be classed as hardcore gaming as well.
I think people that will spend like thousands of pounds on, computer equipment and stuff like that can also be classed as a hardcore gamer, because they're putting in their hard-earned money just for gaming equipment.
Yeah, so
Even though they might not play a lot of games in general, the fact that they're putting all this money towards games, I think shows that they're, you know,
that they
getting
have that
into it.
passion,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and that they're actually there to play the game and to poo noobs. Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah. So, would any of you guys actually class yourselves as hardcore gamers?
Yeah, I would definitely.
Yeah, I would as well. Yeah.
I personally would as well. What about you, Dar?
X hardcore.
Yeah. So
Definitely
we're all
would.
hardcore gamers then. Now, let's just expand this topic onto how many hours we personally put into gaming a week each. Let's start with you, Hazzy.
Or a week. Well, I'd say I'll probably put in about 6 hours a day minimum at the moment, anyway. To a lot of people, that's quite extreme, but yeah, that's how it's been for quite a while for me, and it's probably going around almost 10 hours a day. And if I'm not playing a game, I'm watching someone play a game. So
Yeah. How about you, Dar?
Well, before YouTube and all the other little projects I'm involved in now, hell, back when World of Warcraft, back during Vanilla and BC, I used to do at least 60 hours a week. But nowadays, I probably only play maybe 2 hours a day, if that.
Yeah.
So busy.
Yeah, I have a similar issue. Now that I'm running Verge Gaming, I also submit videos to TGN RPG and obviously to my own channel on a daily basis. So for me, I probably get a maximum of 3-4 hours gaming in a day, apart from on weekends where I can just literally go all out and do 10-12 hour gaming sessions. That's
yeah, it's the
kind of
opposite for me. The weekends are the days I'm out, and the weekdays are the days where I get up, play games, go to bed.
Yeah.
Oh, I think I'd say, due to school and Verge Gaming and all this, I'd probably say weekdays about 3 to 4 hours. But then once it gets to the weekends, I could sometimes just go all day. Like, I literally just wake up and go to bed after like a 10, 12, 14 hour session. So probably get about like 40 hours a week, probably.
Yeah.
Normally average, something like that.
So, what's the longest session that you can remember you've ever had whilst gaming?
Oh, it's got to be a World of Warcraft session.
How many hours about?
Well, it's probably about 4 days. So,
That's pretty good. So you were
Yeah.
just playing World of Warcraft for 4 days straight, yeah?
Pretty much. I remember going from 0 to 85 and then 0 to 33 without any breaks off the game.
Whoa.
That's pretty sweet. How about you then, Dar?
I don't want to say. Age me.
We've been belittled here.
We used to sit around and just play like Super Nintendo for like 3 hours straight, or 3 hours, like 3 days straight.
Yeah.
I once had a weekend, I think like a whole weekend, where I just sat down and played. I think it was mainly, well, at the time it was Black Ops, but mainly Black Ops. I think I prestige like twice in this weekend or something like that. I played it constantly, like went to bed, then woke up, played the game, then went to bed, like that for a whole weekend.
I could never do that.
Best
Too
weekend of my
frustrating.
life. Best weekend of my life.
Well, for me, I'd have to say the longest was this summer. During the summer break from college, I basically did a whole week of non-stop gaming. Now, this wasn't on one specific game. This was on a variety of games. I played, I completed Oblivion, and I completed a variety of other games in that week. And it was such an intense week, fueled on energy drinks and lots of Haribo and loads of sugary, energy-giving things. But at the end of that week, I really felt like crap, and I literally slept for about 4 days straight. But that's probably the most hardcore session I've ever had.
That blew
That's what
me
she
out.
said.
Lovely.
Yeah, it's. I wouldn't recommend it.
Oh, you made mine
No.
seem terrible.
It's too painful. You sort of get to like one of the, let's say 4 days in, you're just sort of there like, oh my god, I could really do with some sleep, but I really want to continue this game and complete it. But
You know,
sleep,
yeah, you
but
know you've
continuing
overdone
the
it
game.
when you're going outside at 4 a.m. to go down the co-op to get more energy drinks.
Yeah. That's pretty much it. Yeah. I probably spent about 30 odd quid on energy drinks that week. I was a bit skint afterwards, but yeah, that's sort of my longest sort of gaming session. So let's sort of summarize here what we've discussed. So we sort of decided that a hardcore gamer is someone who puts as much time as they possibly can into gaming. Are we
Yeah.
all agreed with that? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. 100%.
And I think also a hardcore gamer should be someone who has a good knowledge of the game.
Yeah.
No, I don't agree with
No,
that.
that's not true.
No.
Do you not
I,
think?
I think because you could say World of Warcraft's a great example for that, because someone could literally spend, most days of a month leveling characters, but they will have no knowledge of half the game, like end game content, stuff like that. They will have no knowledge over that at all. So,
Oh yeah.
I guess.
Although, I think they have to have at least some basic knowledge of the game.
They
at least.
do need to have some knowledge of the game.
Yeah, they need to know what they're doing.
yeah,
and
they
how
have to
the
know
best
what
way
they're
to do
doing,
Yeah.
but they
Like-
don't have to be like masters of everything.
Yeah.
They,
That's definitely a given. You can't be a master of everything. Like, with regard, if I take this into FPS terms, you could be really good at Call of Duty, but really bad at Battlefield. But
Yeah.
you could still be a hardcore gamer when you're talking about games in general, because you have that hardcore experience from Call of Duty.
You just have to be reasonably. You have to be reasonably proficient with your knowledge. You have to not know, well, a bit above basic, really, and maybe know some tactics or something like that, but not like a complete master knowledge database thing.
As long as you can use the controller and you
Yeah.
can play the
And
game.
use it effectively, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
I am
so...
a game master.
Well, that controller comment actually brings us on to the next topic, which is
Very good.
gamepad versus keyboard and mouse. Like, this has sort of been a huge question since the first games console was released. Which is better, the gamepad or the keyboard and mouse combination? I mean, personally, as a die-hard PC gamer, I've played PC since the age of 6, so I have a huge passion for PC, and to me, nothing beats the accuracy of a keyboard and mouse. I mean, if you're using really crappy keyboard and mice, then you're not going to have that accuracy, and in that case, I would say a gamepad is better. But if you have good quality keyboards and mice, like, for example, the Rockcat Clone Plus, that's the mouse I have. That is one of the most precision, accurate, amazing mice I've actually used in a long
I'm
time.
using a Kova Plus. as
Yeah,
well.
that's a really good mouse as well. Like, if
Treasure
you're a
Naga.
PC gamer, you need good mice, really, and good keyboard for it to be better than a gamepad. But what are your
Well,
opinions?
I think that a gamepad is more noob friendly.
Yeah,
Someone can jump onto the gamepad and be like, well, this obviously moves this moves this, because it's all there in front of you. You're not, confronted with 1,000 buttons and this weird thing you hold in your hand. But if someone was to pick up a gamepad, it just fits perfectly, and it's just common sense on how to use it. But with the keyboard, it's different for different games. It's always different, key bindings, and you'll have to learn for each game.
yeah.
So-
That's actually a really good point. I mean, to me as well, gamepads are more social. So the controller is more for a social aspect. I mean, it's more for, you're sitting on a sofa and you can just lean back and relax whilst you and your mates
Yeah,
split
definitely.
screen poon people.
I hate
Or
split screen.
not poon people. Yeah, split screen sucks, but that's why LAN was invented.
Yeah.
LAN was invented to destroy split screen, and it works.
Ah, the LAN parties.
Yeah, LAN parties are amazing.
Boost the online parties.
So, Dar, what's your opinion on the
Well,
gamepads?
it completely depends on the game. I mean,
Yeah.
MMOs, I prefer, keyboard and mouse. First-person
Definitely.
shooters,
Has
keyboard
to be
and
keyboard
mouse.
and mouse.
If I'm doing flight simulators, I gotta have my joystick.
Yeah,
I'd
joysticks.
say
You have to have a
consoles-
joystick with flight sims. It doesn't work any other way without a joystick. It's just too crappy.
I tried it with a keyboard. That was interesting.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, as far as consoles and stuff go, I mean, I leave things, like racing games I like on console, little like Mario games, smaller games like that I like on the consoles,
So
and
more of the
of course I love
platform
my
games.
wrestling on. Yeah.
So you like to use a gamepad for more of the platform kind of games. And wrestling, mentioning wrestling, I think that's better to have a console because you're sort of like more into it with your fingers, doing sort of like wrestling kind of moves with your fingers in a sense, if you get me.
Yeah,
It's more like fluid for that kind of game. Like
couldn't
Skate
see,
2. Skate 2, the skateboarding game, that wouldn't work without console.
No.
It would not work on PC. There are
I
certain
used to
games
play
that...
a Tony Hawk with my keyboard and mouse. That would be interesting.
Yeah, well, what about games like Street Fighter?
That has to be console. No, yeah, console.
It
Yeah,
doesn't,
but
though.
I've seen professional like Street Fighter games like that. Most of them use keyboard.
It is better to use a keyboard.
I prefer.
Because on a keyboard, you can easily press a lot of buttons and get good combos in your fighting. Whereas opposed to a gamepad, sorry, it's more... You're more limited to the combos you can...
It also depends what game it is as well, because
Yeah.
quite a few of the modern fighting games use a lot of joystick actions to finish off like combos and stuff.
Yeah, like Tekken, I think that does.
yeah,
same
Those
there.
would be better with one of those motion detectors like the Wii or something like that, so you can shadow fight.
Or go
Yeah,
out and buy yourself a actual retro gamepad for fighting games.
Yeah, retro gamepads are amazing. For fighter games, you have to have the retro gamepad. Or a keyboard, for me.
I was just thinking about what Dar said a minute ago. He said that keyboards and mouse is far superior on MMOs.
Yes.
yeah, definitely.
Well, I've been playing a bit of the Terra beta, and they actually have gamepad options.
Really?
The whole game is playable with a 360 controller.
Really?
Because the game base is mostly based off combos, and
Okay.
it's completely action based.
Oh, so it's not the kind of hotkey game like
No,
World
it's
of
not. It's not
Warcraft where
hotkey
you
at all.
button
No,
mash.
it's no.
Okay.
There's no. Well, there is button mashing involved. It's all action based. You know, nothing. Well, there's no auto attack, nothing like that. You have to do everything yourself.
Ah, I like the sound of
Oh, going back to the FPS, I would say I prefer FPS on the gamepad, to be honest, because I think the keyboard and mouse is too clunky for that. I guess like the keyboard's too big. You don't need all the keys for the FPS. I think you only need like fire, aim, run,
Yeah,
that
but
kind of thing.
mouse-
So I think
It
it
depends.
gets in the
A
way.
mouse for
depends.
FPS is a lot more precise. A lot.
Yeah,
is.
I think the mouse would be
That's what I was
precise,
gonna
but the
Twitch
keyboard kind of
shooters.
gets in the way.
it. For competitive FPS, you need a keyboard and mouse. There's no arguing in that because you can do more accurate strafing, you can have much more accurate aiming, you have more control over the entire game.
It
It's
also depends
much
what
better
game
experience.
style it is. If it's a full-on Twitch shooter on, along with Quake, things like that,
Yeah.
Quake has to be PC,
it
yeah.
has to be PC.
Things
but
like
games,
COD, though.
slower-paced games like Battlefield, Call of Duty can easily be played on a
Yeah.
Yeah.
game.
That's what I was.
If you're talking
referring
about
to.
like COD 4, COD 4 is the most competitive FPS, to be honest, on the PC platform. That along with things like Counter-Strike Source.
Yeah, Counter-Strike.
But you have to have a keyboard and mouse for them. If you tried to play competitively on the PC with a gamepad, you would seriously fail. You would not be able to get anywhere with a gamepad competitively on COD 4 on PC. There's just no chance for you to.
Although I seem to be, I just prefer COD with a gamepad, to be honest. I think it maybe just be
It's just
personal
easier.
choice. Yeah,
It's just simpler.
it's a lot easier to frag loads of noobs with it, to be honest. Because I just prefer it, to be honest. I think it gives you more sensitivity to turn around and go around corners and stuff like that.
But having the higher sensitivity isn't always the best because you lose accuracy.
I don't lose accuracy. I think.
You do lose accuracy.
Well, maybe I'm just
Higher
I'm too good.
sensitivities lose accuracy
I'm
because
just too
you
good
can't
for that.
aim as perfectly. Where if you have the low sensitivity but a high DPI, basically meaning with a mouse, you can get the more accurate.
It's a lot more pinpoint.
Yeah. So
You
you
do,
basically
you
know
just
that
don't
if you
realize
move
it.
this, if you move this like 12 centimeters to the right, you're going to turn 180 degrees. So you can just use that knowledge to your advantage. Where with a gamepad, when you move, it just keeps turning and turning. You can't just like judge it perfectly from memory just by going like that. But
Although with COD, I don't think you really need pinpoint accuracy. As long as you shoot first, to be honest, I think you'll get away. You don't really need accuracy, to be honest.
on the
may be
newer
why.
CODs, yes.
Yeah,
But
You're
on
the
on
guy
the
to
COD
run
4,
away.
definitely not.
Definitely on Modern Warfare 3, all you need to do is shoot first. Although that doesn't always work, but I mean, you only have to shoot first and you probably get away with it.
So like you start shooting and then you aim.
Yeah, that's why I see some people go around a corner shooting randomly. Then when they see you in the corner or see you coming through, they'll just aim then.
But what about games, first-person games, not FPS, but first-person RPGs? What would you prefer to use then?
Let's talk about Skyrim for this. Skyrim, I prefer using keyboard and mouse.
I prefer gamepad.
Same, definitely.
But thinking with a gamepad for things like Skyrim, it's more. I'm guessing it's probably. Well, to me, it's more fluent for doing the dual wielding attacks.
Clunky.
It's like,
I think it's far more clunky to use a keyboard and mouse.
yeah,
I think
I agree with you. There,
I think the
actually.
size of the gamepad helps with that because you can quickly switch between attacks and switch your shouts and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I think it's quick. I think it provides more fluid motion.
Well,
But
they do
with,
have hotkeys
with a
for
keyboard,
the
you can literally
keyboard.
just like press different hotkeys really quickly, and it's quicker than going into your favourites menu and scrolling through. Let's go with this. You literally just press a button. It'll be like, oh yes. Now instead of using WoWDar, I'm using Firebolt or something like that.
Whirlwind Sprint.
Yeah, Whirlwind Sprint.
Although I must say, I prefer Dead Space 2 on the console, definitely.
Well, that's a complete different sort of
Isn't that third person?
Yeah,
Yeah, it's third person, isn't
games.
it? Yeah, that's third person.
Third persons I hate on PC.
Can't
I
do
don't know,
third person.
some of them work out pretty good. I like
Yeah, I
Resident
thought-
Evil.
Yeah,
On
a lot of third-person games actually run really well on PC with a mouse and keyboard.
They get annoying to me sometimes.
Yeah, because you got to constantly move your mouse around to
And like Mass
scroll and
Effect.
stuff. You got to like move your mouse around
Mass
loads.
Effect. I love that game. Mass Effect 3 is amazing. And this is going off topic now.
I should probably go back to.
But yeah, maybe we should move on to the next topic now, guys, if you've said all you want for this one.
Yep, that's fine.
Yeah.
Okay,
Pretty
so
much.
the next topic is next-gen consoles. Now, we've had lots of rumours over the past few months of the Xbox 720 and the PlayStation 4. I'm basically wondering, what do you guys think of the way these are sort of portrayed at the moment? The sort of concepts that people are coming up with like, ooh, the Xbox 720 will have this amazing feature of Doom, for example.
Well, I think all these console players saying, "Oh, I can't wait for the 720. The graphics are going to be amazing." All I can say to them is buy a computer and PC game.
Yeah, so this is what mutual feeling here.
Well, I like how all the hype is always built up around them. I mean, I was working for GameStop when the PS3 and Xbox 360 was coming out. And I remember in particular the Xbox 360, everybody was all, ooh, it's coming out, it's going to be awesome, Xbox 360 rocks. And then, the first people that bought them, had house fires. So,
Yeah,
it's always like that. And then they always build up the hype over it. And then when it comes out, it's like, man, this isn't what I thought it was going to be.
I think people overestimate what it's going to be like, and that's probably why people get disappointed. I think that's maybe why that happens.
Well, there's a resolution to that. You buy a PC.
Yeah.
Although,
One of the things that's sort of got me a bit, that's stupid, is one of the, I'm not sure if it's actually definitely going to be this or if it's just rumoured, but it was something like a ATI 5580X or something graphics card. I have no idea what it actually is off the top of my head, but basically it was a graphics card that came out like 4 or 5 years ago on a PC. So it's like 4 or 5 years old graphics.
Well, they're
That's
already
what they're
running on
planning for
10-year-old
next-gen consoles.
technology.
I know, they're running really old technology and they're wanting to run still really old technology. Why don't they just go and say like, yeah, let's just go and have NVIDIA GeForce 580 GTX graphics card.
Well, they're making enough money out of the current ones to to not even bother making up these new ones.
Yeah, that's completely true. But I think what the thing is the console gamers are demanding improvements. They're wanting to see, like, I think Battlefield 3 sort of started this. So, when Battlefield 3 came out, it basically... The console gamers saw the PC graphics and were like, we want that. But the issue is, the next-gen consoles won't even be able to have those graphics, because the PC graphics are still going to be better.
Well,
Because
PC,
those graphics are designed for the best PC graphics, and
PCs
if they're
are
going
always
for
updating, whereas a console, they can't bring out a new system every time a new piece of tech comes out.
Yeah. I think consoles need to have more variety. You need to be able to mod your console. And by mod, I mean like upgrade your graphics, upgrade the RAM, upgrade the processor.
But that wouldn't be possible because it's so compact.
You're talking about
people...
like a computer, right?
Basically, yes.
Okay, buy a computer.
Yeah, exactly.
My main grief really with it is that console gamers just moan so much that the graphics are so crap, and they say they won't get a PC because it's too expensive. Then stop moaning that your graphics are crap and just deal with it if you can't be asked to go out and buy a PC.
I don't find my graphics crap, but maybe because of my TV, but I don't think they're that bad, to be honest. I think they're alright.
Well, no, they don't
Well,
look
Modern
that
Warfare
bad.
2, they sucked, but I mean, from like Modern Warfare 2 onwards, I think they were...
I mean, they're not the worst graphics,
Yeah,
they're just
they're
not
good.
as good as PC.
I mean, well,
And
Mass
loads
Effect
of people
3
complain
looks,
about that.
Mass Effect 3 looks pretty awesome, but, like
Some of the graphics on
Dead Space 2 looks
console
awesome.
are still really good.
Well,
Dead Space 2
being locked
is
at
good.
30 frames per second is what does it for me.
Yeah, that's
It's too slow.
that's a nightmare, man.
And
you
the
need,
FOV
you need
makes
60
me feel sick.
FPS at least. 60 is where you need to have at least to meet.
Small
Anything like
FOVs.
that.
Just
Yeah.
if you could change the FOV on console, I would probably play it more because where I'm sitting, I sit very close to my screens, and having a small FOV over time will actually give me motion sickness.
Yeah. On PC, I always max out my FOV pretty much. I like to have a nice view.
Yeah.
Now, something that's sort of console-y, but is actually a PC, is a new Alienware PC that's going to be released, but it's basically the size of an Xbox console.
Ooh.
Alienware. Why would anyone buy an Alienware? You're paying $2,000 for a flashy case. That's
Pretty
what I
much,
can
yeah.
say.
That's well said. But the thing is with this console, I'm calling it a console now, with this PC is it's the size of a console, and I'm trying to make it so it's affordable for console players so they move onto the PC market.
PCs are affordable to the console people if they, I guess, knew better. I mean, what the PlayStation, PS3, and Xbox, they were what, $400 when they came out?
Well, I think in the UK they were about £500-600
Yeah, so
Really?
that's probably like.
I got mine for like 300.
when they were first released though.
I remember paying $500 for mine when it came out.
Yeah, for my first Xbox I
Same.
paid at least £550 for
Really?
it. At least. I mean, you could get a PC, a very good PC, for the same price.
Yeah, I recently
what I was gonna say.
I bought a PC about 3 weeks ago. I paid around 600 quid for it. I've got a i7 2600K, a GTX 560 Ti, 8
Yeah.
gigabytes of RAM, a terabyte for 600 quid.
That's really good.
So
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. You can, well, like I said, I'm US, of course, but you can build a computer for $550, $600, and it'd be a good gaming computer right now.
Yeah.
yeah.
I think the thing is, the reason people are willing to spend this, like, well, 500 when it came out, is that with the console, like, you don't really have to, well, all you have to do is buy the games. With a PC, you probably will have to eventually improve it, otherwise you'll get left behind with
Well,
the
there
games.
is a
You'll not
solution to
play
that.
those.
If you have a terrible
Buy a good
computer,
PC.
but you have a alright internet speed, I don't know if
cloud.
you know about OnLive.
Yeah, that's it. Not on cloud, on live, yeah.
OnLive, yeah. If you've got a great internet speed and you actually buy the OnLive sort of console thing, you can plug the console directly into your TV and play it from there with a gamepad. But all
Yeah.
you need is a computer with the game, with online installed, the software, and a good download speed.
Yeah, I mean, you don't. Oh, you
Mint.
isn't like you pay a membership as well, and you get it, like any game, and you can play like any game.
Well, at
I
the
think we've got a
moment-
membership or something for that.
Yeah, at
And
the
you can
moment
rent
it's,
games and you can purchase games on it.
about
I get
£8 for a month, and you get
Yeah.
160 games that you can play whenever you like.
I need to get that.
So it's really good. I mean, it's something that I actually downloaded. I've still got downloaded and I want to use, but my internet's not good enough to use at the moment.
Oh.
But it's something that I am definitely planning on using as soon as I'm available to. Because on live, you don't even have to purchase the console thing. If you have a really crap computer, you can still play amazing graphics, like top quality graphics, like maxed out on Battlefield 3, but over the internet if you've got good enough internet.
Aha, I'm gonna get that then.
The
So,
only problem I'd
it's
say
a
with
crazy
that
thing.
is there has been sort of reports of people saying the delay between controls is quite severe, but also
Yeah.
that depends on your internet speed.
If you've got good internet, then you shouldn't get those delays, really.
Got to get online.
So if you
then.
have something like fibre optic internet, you should be pretty much set.
Yeah, definitely.
Right, I'm getting on live then.
So yeah, sounds pretty good.
So, yeah, I'm probably going to wrap that up for this section. And now we're going to move on to the news section. So this week, as usual, we have 3 pieces of my favourite bits of news from the past week. And the first one on our list is the GDC Awards. So that's the Game Developers Choice Awards. Now, what do you guys think of the sort of or the people who have won the awards? If we just quickly look through here, the Game of the Year was The Elder Scrolls V Skyrim. The Innovation Award went to Johann Sebastian Joust. I've probably slayed his name. The Best Debut was Supergiant Games. The Best Audio was Portal 2. The Best Game Design was also Portal 2. The Best Technology went for Battlefield 3 due to its amazing engine, which was Frostbite 2, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the Best Visual Arts went towards Uncharted 3 Drake's Deception, which is a brilliant game. The Best Narrative, Portal 2, which I completely agree with. The Best Downloadable Games was Bastion. The Best Handheld / Mobile Game was Super Brothers Sword and Sorcery EP. Lifetime Achievement Award, Warren Spector. Pioneer Award, Dave Thoreau. And Ambassador Award, Ken Doroshow and Paul M. Smith. So what do you think of this announcement? It came out today, I believe. These from the 12th Annual Game Developers Choice Awards.
Well, Portal 2 did pretty well.
Yeah, 3 sections, was it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, 3 sections it won. Now, that's amazing. I love Portal 2. It's such a brilliant game. And I'm so pleased for Valve that they've managed to win 3 awards in the GDCs. It's
Well, it wouldn't
pretty
be the
good.
first time for them, would it?
No.
Definitely not.
Valve produce some of the best games, really.
Half-Life 3, give it to us.
Yes, we need Half-Life 3. I bet they released something like Portal 3 before Half-Life 3.
Well, yeah, of course they will.
Yeah.
Portal
It's
2
funny, I'm wearing a
massive.
Half-Life 2 shirt.
They're going to go Half-Life 2 episode 2.5. And then they're going to go to like 2.8. And then they're just going to keep doing it like that to 2.99999. They're just going to be like, ha, you're not getting no Half-Life 3.
Yeah, and then Half-Life 3 comes out and Gordon Freeman's like a really old man.
Yeah.
It's
He's just going to be like, thanks for that.
yeah.
But what are your overall opinions then on the winners of this? Do you think they're all deserved?
Bastion definitely deserved. With Supergiant Games, Bastion was probably the best indie game around. It probably still is. I suggest anyone who hasn't played that game plays it, because it is like amazing. You've never played anything like it before.
Yeah.
So, and for that to be made by 7 guys, was it 7? 7 or 6?
I'm not sure on that.
It's unreal. So
Yeah, it is a very, very fun game, very addictive. But one of
Yeah,
the
it's
things that
clever.
I was upset about is Minecraft.
Yeah.
Minecraft was meant to be somewhere on that list, but they didn't actually get through to... Which basically I am quite upset about, because Minecraft is one of my favourite indie games of all time. I love that game to pieces. It's given me many, many hours of fun over the past year or so since I started playing it, whenever InDev came out. So,
I'll be
For
straight
me,
up
I-
and say I don't like Minecraft.
blasphemy. No, I do
Heretic.
think that should have been somewhere on the list personally, and I don't know what you guys agree. Obviously, Hazzy completely disagree with that.
Yeah, I don't think it deserves anything. I see it as a pointless, boring. What else can I say to insult you? Yeah, I just people say, oh, but the atmosphere in game's amazing. You know, it's so everything about it is just amazing. No, I tried playing it. It was boring. Nothing happened.
You obviously haven't seen my The Realm of Astaroth series. That's very good.
A name dropper.
Stupid.
Yeah.
I'm guessing you don't like it then, WoWDar.
No, I was just playing.
Do you like Minecraft?
I haven't tried Minecraft. I watched the videos on it on YouTube and stuff,
Yeah.
and I actually see myself having a Jesse Cox experience where the night falls, and zombies come, and I'm like, what the fuck?
You start trying to hit stuff with feathers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I see that as being one of those games where I just get frustrated and throw my keyboard.
Yeah. What's your opinion on the list then, Yigian?
Glad that Skyrim won the best game of the year. Although, best visual arts, I'm not sure about Uncharted 3.
No, I was thinking
But,
I think that's more
Uh,
towards the cinematics.
Yeah,
'Cause
the
the
cinematics are
cinematics, that's what visual arts generally means, towards the cinematic kind of side of things, not to do with like graphical
Yeah,
side of
because
things.
if
but
it's for graphics, then I wouldn't have said Uncharted 3, but...
I'd have said Battlefield 3 for graphics.
Yeah, but cinematics, yeah, they're good on Uncharted 3.
Yeah, their cinematics were
I never
exceptional.
played-
Although I
never
hate
played
the
first
multiplayer on that
Uncharted.
game. I hate the Uncharted multiplayer though, but...
I
That's
haven't
going
played
off topic though.
Now, the Battlefield 3 best technology, that is definitely deserved.
Yeah.
The
Yeah,
Frostbite
that's
2
fair.
engine.
Oh, Frostbite 2.
That is just so crazy, especially on PC when you've got it max graphics. The effects that come through it's as though you're actually there. Especially, I'm not sure if people in the US saw this, but in the UK there's a show called The Gadget Show.
I was
Oh.
just
And-
about to say this.
What
That's
they did
amazing.
is a basically fully immersed simulator. It had an omnidirectional treadmill. It had a 360-degree screen. They had paintball guns shooting at you. You had basically the mouse was like a gun, so you actually shot the mouse. Shot a gun basically.
Yeah,
and-
pneumatic vest as well. The hammer
Yeah,
vest.
pneumatic hammer vest. It was crazy. The technology that went into making that. They even got one of the best SAS soldiers there ever has been, Andy McNabb, to go in and test that. And he said it was the most realistic thing he had played
Oh.
in comparison to real war. He said it was very, very similar to the sort of feeling he gets.
Well, he
And
actually
when he
started
was in there,
ducking and rolling around and stuff.
yeah,
Yeah.
he said when he was in there, he was actually felt like he was in a war zone. And on the clip that they showed, he was actually shouting out to teammates which weren't there. They were in the game. They weren't actually his real teammates.
Yeah.
Now that just says something about that engine. That just really blew my mind when I saw that. I wish I could have given it a try.
I would have killed someone
That's
to give
to
that.
each his own, though. I mean, honestly, in that field, they have to do everything they possibly can to come ahead, because there's probably more games in the first-person shooter market than any other market in video games, period.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they have to do everything, and they nailed it with this game. They really did. It's not exactly truly realistic, though.
Yeah, it's not.
One of the cool things about the game is you can play with people from all over the world, and I was actually playing with soldiers that were over in Iraq and Afghanistan, And it just weird how things like that come up in conversation. And I actually asked one time, I was like, "So is it really realistic?" He's like, "No." I was like, 'cause I said something like, "This has got to be training for you, right?"
Well, you won't be able
It
to
is-
sprint with a big heavy gun and all that for
Yeah.
as long as
Unless
you
you're like
can.
an M60 or something like
It
that.
is a very tactical game, though. It's one of the most tactical first-person shooters,
Deus
apart
Ex.
from like Operation Flashpoint.
Flashpoint.
That's
That's
the most
I
tactical.
don't know if you've heard of Red Orchestra.
Yes, I've heard of that.
That I would say that's more realistic than Operation Flashpoint in experience that I've had.
Yeah.
I don't think you can ever have a truly realistic game though, because otherwise, well, you just die and you won't be able to play the game ever again. So it'd be a great game, to be honest.
You just load up the game, first mission.
Get killed
You step out of the back of a jeep and
Get
then you just
shot.
get shot in the head.
and die.
Crap! I can't play anymore. This was a waste of 40 quid.
Imagine if you got shot in the leg at the start. You have to crawl all the way through the mission.
And what they need
Yeah.
is like a the thing you wouldn't sit in, you stand in, and like if you get shot, it slaps you. So
Oh, it's sort of like that.
You can get a vest like that fire like a blast of air into you. Like you can put vest on, and then when you get shot, like the blast of air comes through where you got shot. So
Yeah.
it's actually painful slightly, but
Yeah,
it's
they're
really
meant to
realistic.
be painful.
Yeah.
You'd learn real quick how to play, right? Wouldn't you?
Yeah. Just like, oh no! I need to start using cover. Oh.
Cover on COD.
On Call of Duty 4, on the PC, you use a lot of cover. You don't run around doing 360 no
Run around
scopes and
flanking.
being like little ballet dancer.
I hate Modern Warfare 2.
Off
really, for
topic
that.
though, they definitely need that for Warcraft. Get out of the fire! Get out of the fire!
wow,
Yeah, you
Brandon.
just like fire. Consecration just comes up beneath you where you're sitting at your computer and you're just like, ah!
Oh man.
Yeah.
That wouldn't be
Good
very
topic.
pleasant, to be honest. If your room catches fire because there's a dragon breathing fire on you.
Oh.
Yeah, you're just in the raid with Deathring.
Imagine
Your
Skyrim
room's
there.
just like disappears. You're like sat there on a small little circular plinth kind of bit at your desk, like, oh my god.
Or a Skyrim with a blood dragon and your room's frozen, can't move.
Yeah, well, I think we've gone really off topic here.
Yeah, we should go back. Yeah, we should do that.
So I think this is a good time to move on to the next topic, which is Assassin's Creed 3. What we know so far.
Oh,
Hate that game.
You hate Assassin's Creed?
Yes.
how dare you?
I tried playing it and I honestly sat down for about 3 hours trying to get into the game because I heard
Which
so
one?
many good things about it. I
Which
think
one?
it was the second one.
But that was amazing.
And
Yeah.
I sat there and I tried to get into it and it just wasn't doing anything.
I would have understood if it was the first one, because I wasn't too keen on the first one.
Same. I didn't like the first one at all.
When I got the second one, I loved it.
The second one was miles better than the first one, I thought.
But I do find it really difficult to believe that I'm speaking to someone who hates Assassin's Creed.
I'm sort of very different to a lot of people. When it comes to games like Call of Duty, I'm very I play it very old school. I mean, I've been playing
Yeah.
Call of Duty since Call of Duty 2 was released.
Call of Duty Finest Hour.
Oh, that's
yeah.
old school now.
Beautiful game.
Got Call of
Call of
Duty
Duty
1.
2. I was playing Wolfenstein, alright? Look at one up.
Whoa.
Wolfenstein's
Wolfenstein.
amazing, man. The original Wolfenstein.
What
I wasn't
game-
too keen on the remake.
What was first, Wolfenstein or Doom? I don't know.
think it was
Wolfenstein
Doom.
came out first.
Doom was in 95, wasn't it? Or that's the one I used to play. 95. Doom 95.
Wolfenstein had to be first because just look at the games.
Yeah. Wolfenstein must have come first because of the graphics on it.
Yeah, but they're very
Doom
similar.
wasn't exactly, yeah.
No, I think
Yeah.
Doom's ages, at least graphically, above Wolfenstein.
Yeah. Well, we've sort of gone off topic here again.
Yeah.
Alright, what
Stop
I'm going to
that.
do is I'm just going to read out some of the stuff that we know. So, the name of the game's new protagonist will be Connor, as he basically calls himself, although his birth name was Radun Hageidu.
I like Connor.
He's
Yes, Connor.
he's basically half English and half Native American, and he's described as a hunter/predatory assassin. And from the reveal trailer, he looks pretty cool. he doesn't seem to be very stealthy, like running around with a tomahawk axe and
gun.
stuff. But the bow and arrow kind of aspect of it, that's very kind of stealthy.
It just seems more in your face and run at you and kill you. Not I'm gonna kill you without you even seeing me or hearing me.
I'm not sure because he does seem to stalk his prey in the reveal trailer. Have you seen a reveal trailer?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, from the reveal trailer, you see him actually moving really slowly, creeping through the tops of trees with a bow and arrow ready to kill people. So he
Yeah.
seems like he's going to have that very stealthy aspect, but it does seem that at times he will just switch and just run straight at someone with an axe and pummel it into their face.
Lovely.
Very descriptive there. I
Yeah.
could go on to say, like, blood gushes everywhere. But, nah.
Assassin's Creed isn't gory, is it?
I don't know.
Boring,
Gory.
gory. No.
It could be gory if they wanted to move that way, but I think they want to kind of keep
Yeah.
it like PG-15.
Yeah, I don't think if it could get pretty bad. I mean, some of the like you throw a dead body off a building or throw someone off a building. It could
You
get
throw
pretty
their
bad.
body off the
See, that's
building
what
and
makes
just
it
watch
sound
them.
fun. I mean, I didn't get to throw dead bodies off buildings and slaughter people. I was
Although
just
when-
hiding and dying all the time.
Whenever you throw someone off a building, though, the body always glitches into some kind of ball thing. I don't know.
Or
someone-
dodgy positions.
Yeah, so I had someone actually turn into a ball once when I threw him off a building. I just morphed into a ball thing with no legs.
Well, with Assassin's Creed 3, the game's cover art shows the protagonist armed with an axe and a pistol, crouching in front of the American flag. So we basically know that these are two new weapons. We also know for definite that the bow and arrow is going to be a weapon greatly featured in this new addition to the franchise. And we also know that Assassin's Creed 3 will be set between 1753 and 1783 in and around the cities of Boston and New York in locations similar to things like Bunker Hill, Valley Forge, and Saratoga. Now, New York really ties in with Desmond's location at the conclusion of Revelations. There's going to be spoilers here, guys. Basically, at the end of Revelations, he was in a wind farm just outside of New York.
But to be honest, if you haven't completed it by now, then you should be ashamed, really.
Yeah,
But
one of
yeah,
my friends hasn't completed it yet.
We need to
Get the
deal
cheat
with
She
that.
got it at Christmas and she hasn't completed it.
Ugh, I completed it in like a month. Got all the trophies and all that stuff in like a month. It's not hard.
And if she's watching this, which she probably won't be, shame on you.
Yeah, if you're watching this,
I was actually talking to her about it today. But, yeah. Also, if you remember the truth puzzles that there used to be, there's going to be things
Ugh.
similar to this, but this time it's not going to be given by Subject 16.
Oh, no.
As in the latest DLC, his story sort of came to a conclusion.
yeah.
So, basically, that's most of the stuff we know at the moment. We know that for definite the economic system of the game is going to be completely remade and
That's
it's going to
good.
be much better.
I think it annoyed
Ooh.
me how you had to leave it on like all day to get like your bank full or something like that.
Yeah, I just missed out one of my favourite features of this. Co-op
Oh.
mode.
That's gonna be. Oh,
Yeah.
finally.
Now, WoWDar, have you ever played Assassin's Creed?
No.
Ah, okay.
Oh.
So this is going to be more of a discussion for me and Yigian here at the moment. But Assassin's Creed 3 basically has is basically you can have yourself or up to 3 of your friends playing with you. So that could be you and 4 fellow members of the Creed, basically battling through the single player campaign. This just sounds amazing. I'm really excited for this. Now, this was actually spotted on Xbox.com the other day, on March the 6th, I believe. And that's
think-
really, really exciting.
I
Although I
don't see
hope it
how that
doesn't-
would work. Like, you're
the way it
being all
works is-
stealthy and you're trying to take people by surprise, which is kind of easy when there's one of you. When there's 4 of you trying to,
It works
you know,
with the
take out a
NPCs.
target.
Yeah,
Yeah, the
it's-
NPCs, they're programmed to hide, aren't
Yeah.
they?
But the thing is, it's more designed for playing with your friends. So you and your friends will have like your headset on, and you'll be discussing over TeamSpeak or Xbox Live or the PlayStation Network, and you'll be discussing tactics to go and do this. So I think you'll add more tactics to the game, unless you and your friends are the kind of people who are just like, oh, let's just run in here and die and shoot and kill and
Well, what if you
Right.
have like a group of 3 really stealthy people and then a Leroy? Like,
then you'll just kick that person.
Yeah, just get rid of. But it works in real life for like with like soldiers. Like groups of 10 of them can like sneak around without getting detected. So in theory, it should work.
It should work in the game, and I think it will work very well. If you look to games like Gears of War, the co-op on Gears of War works perfectly.
Yeah, that's good.
That was brilliant, but that was only 2 people. Now, adding another 2 people, it could ruin it, but it could also greatly improve it.
Although, I hope you don't lose some of the NPC features, like, you know how you have the Arrow
I do
like
think that they're going to be included still.
Yeah, 'cause-
You're still going to be able to call in your assassins.
Because Arrow Storm is like really useful. Well, really useful if you're getting like chased by 50 people or something, and then like the NPCs are also like super stealthy and like they never get killed. Like when you get they're getting to max level. So I hope they don't lose that kind of thing. Although
I don't know, wouldn't that be OP though?
Well, it kind of is when you have like all the assassins.
But
and they're all
it's
fully
generally
upgraded.
for max level. It's once you get to max level and you're pretty much completed on the game,
Yeah.
then you eventually
OP.
unlock this finally ability. So
Although if you run around and
Okay.
get all the like all the books straight away, you can have like by sequence 4. I had like the unlock the special armor, so it's kind of what's
you can be
OP.
maxed out very quickly.
Yeah, I
in the
kind
game.
of OP'd it to try and get all the achievements before I got complete the story, and I like really early on.
But
got
it
the
can be a good
armor.
thing. It
Yeah.
can be a good thing because it can improve your gameplay experience much more because you find new ways to assassinate people, new exciting ways to go and kill people, especially with the hook blade.
Yeah, that
Like,
was funny.
The hook blade's amazing.
Yeah, you
for
just
shooting
get-
revelations.
You just get
But-
4
Run.
people together in game, and all of you, call out your assassins, and
Oh my.
Yeah, that'd be crazy, man. Everyone just calls in
Annihilate
Arrow
everybody.
Storm.
Kill everyone on the screen 4 times.
That'd just be
It
crazy.
can be insane when you call them, like, you have all max level assassins and you call them all in at once, and you just go and attack this massive like, group of guards. It could be that kind of thing, I think, with co-op.
I think that'd be
Definitely.
really good, though.
Yeah, that is
That
really
would
good
just
when you-
look amazing.
Well,
It's
you're
like
like-
you've got your own army, and that could work in quite well with the storyline, with the fact that it's a battle between the British colonists and the British people who wanted to get independence and become America, who were actually funded by the French. Darn French. But
Because they couldn't beat
basically,
his head on. It's because they couldn't beat his head on, so they had to work behind our back.
yeah, use our own troops against us. Harsh. But basically, that will actually work well because you will be able to have your own army in that battle. So that sounds quite interesting.
Kind of feel bad
If
for
that
killing.
could happen.
Kind of feel bad for killing the redcoats, though. Yeah, part of me
Yeah.
will like be, I don't want to do this. I
But
feel
that's
bad
because
now.
we're British, so you know.
I feel bad now.
Where WoWDar, on the other hand, if he played the game, he
Yeah,
would
I'd have a
really
little bit
enjoy doing
different
it.
perspective on that one.
Yeah.
Although
Okay,
you're technically
um,
killing British people when you're playing, though. Everyone's British technically in the game, so at
yeah.
that
Well, if it
point,
makes you feel better, they're not really people.
Yeah.
Oh,
Thanks for
What?
pointing that out
Really?
there. I sort of got immersed in the storyline a bit too much.
it's real, okay?
Oh my
But
god!
gaming
you
is
killed
my
great-great-grandpa.
Okay, so I think we should move on to our final topic, if everyone's happy.
Yeah.
Now, this is for PC gaming. This is an amazing, amazing thing. On March the 6th, we saw the reveal of Rockat's viral marketing campaign, which was started early last week, I'd say. And the big announcement is something called Power Grid. It is basically a mobile application for iPhone, and it's soon to follow on Android. And it
Good.
basically puts the controls for your PC onto your phone. Now, Power Grid, it's a customizable application, and the macro keys and chat functions will be able to go straight onto your phone. So, say like you're in TeamSpeak, and someone messages you, you'll be able to see that message come up on your phone. So you won't have to alt-tab out of the game, you can still stay in the game.
Dual monitor.
Not really. Have you seen the Razer Switchblade?
Yes, the one with the little LED screen on.
Yeah, where it's got all of the like buttons with the screens and stuff all built into it, and the touch screen and stuff.
Yeah, I think I know what you're talking about.
It's basically like that, but it's built into your phone, so it's just a free app that you can download.
But wouldn't that just make everything like far more fiddly?
No, it'll make it easier, because you'll be able to easily do macros just by touching this. You'll be able to change your music volume, you'll be able to chat to people, and something that they're planning on doing is releasing a new line of keyboards where the phone can basically dock into it, and when you get calls on your phone, it will automatically reroute the call through your gaming headset.
I
So you
don't
won't-
see the appeal in that at all. To be honest, I don't see the point in it.
I think that's good for if you're like hardcore gaming in the middle of a raid. You don't have to leave the raid to go into a call. You can just take it and carry on playing the raid or playing through the dungeon.
Yeah, but
I
you
don't
could do that with a normal phone.
Yeah, I
You
was
can put it on
gonna say,
speakerphone.
I don't
You
know
could
if
put it on
it-
speakerphone, but it could get annoying for people in your TeamSpeak. You were just saying your TeamSpeak like, oh, I'm just going to be AFK for a second on chat, or be still playing, or still pay attention to your text chat, and then
Have
you
you
can
ever
just carry
been
on
on
with
the
that call.
phone and on Vent or something?
I've tried to play COD while on a speakerphone, and I wasn't really listening to the phone, to be honest, so it could be useful, because I don't really listen to people when
Yeah,
I'm
but
playing
either
games.
way, when you're saying people, you have to like ignore people on the vent or read the text and not be able to talk to them. It'll be the exact same.
I guess maybe, yeah.
So it doesn't make any. All it does is make it hands free. You won't have to touch anything hardly. Whereas
Yeah, I guess, yeah.
that's the
Well, I
only
guess-
big.
But that's still cool because you can still carry on playing though.
That's the selling point for me. The fact I don't have to do anything, I just keep playing, and then the call will come through for me.
Yeah. Well, one of the things I will be doing is, you know, the Logitech G series
Yes.
of keyboards. You know they have that LCD screen at the top.
Yeah.
Yeah, sort of.
In a sense, what this phone is basically going to be doing is taking that screen, moving it into a nicer position where your number pad is, making it larger, and making it touchscreen. So you can control everything by touch. So it's much easier than clicking on all your mode buttons and pressing like this one button 50 times just to move to something. You can literally just press. So that improves on aspect. Like, you're able to see your CPU load, your temperature. You're able to join on your team chats, output macros, adjust the volume, and to me that would be great.
It's a cheaper version of having 3 monitors, basically.
Not
I would
really,
call it
it's
cheaper.
just-
No, not cheaper, but yeah.
It's, to me, it's a cheaper version of using the Logitech G series keyboards because they're quite expensive. So the keyboard that they're saying they're going to be releasing is going to be relatively cheap. So
How's this
it's
cheaper?
going to be more for people who
I
already
don't see
have the
how
iPhones.
It'll be cheaper. I mean, I'll expect it to be.
I mean, who's going to
expensive.
run around and give everybody iPhones so that they can use?
No,
this
but the thing is, it's
equipment?
for the people who already have those iPhones and Androids. It's not for people who don't have that.
So for people who don't have that and want to be able to do all this neat stuff, now they got to go out and buy a $500 phone.
Yeah, it's.
I guess.
How
Although
many
you can
people do you think own a high-end, iPhone or?
I'm not sure. Quite a lot of people seem to. It's for iPhone and Android. Most people I know nowadays have an iPhone or an Android.
Not
Some
good
have
Android.
Blackberries.
BlackBerry for the feel.
Yeah. But a lot of people do nowadays have these iPhones and these Androids,
Why
which
not?
they can go and use in these kind of systems. And a
Yeah,
lot
well-
of gamers seem to have these as well.
So how much
But I
do you
bet
have any
you'll
idea
see-
how much the app and that's going to cost?
The app is going to be completely free.
Really?
So you won't have to pay for the app. It's free of charge. But the keyboards, it's rumoured at the moment that the keyboards are going to be about 60 quid. 60, 70 quid.
That's not bad, I guess.
Somewhere around that
Yeah.
price mark.
But
Not
on the,
too
the
bad. That's
bright
very
side of
good,
this whole
because-
thing is, though,
Are they mechanical?
If this
It's going to be a mechanical keyboard, yeah.
if this really takes off, though, on the bright side is you're going to end up seeing the keyboard manufacturers going to end up making it themselves and build that little device already into the keyboard. So it's not really
Yeah.
an iPhone, but you're able to do all that stuff with a touchscreen over there on the right side of your keyboard.
Yeah, what they're trying to do is you can, in a sense, already get a keyboard like that. It's a Switchblade built. It's the keyboard built into the Switchblade, in a sense, but removing the screen and giving you the ability to just dock your phone in. So what it will do is it will charge your phone up. It acts as a dock to your phone, and it just gives your phone a nicer sort of slimline dock. For me, this would be the sort of perfect thing because I hate using my dock because it's obtrusive.
Oh, yeah.
Where I'd rather have it built into something that I need on my desk.
That'll be the thing for everybody, because, I mean, how often do you find yourself out and, shit, I forgot to plug my phone in last night?
Exactly. All you need to do is just literally slide it into your computer when you sit at it. You just place it in there. and it'll automatically charge it.
That'd
It'll
be
take
useful.
your calls for you. You'll be able to listen to your music through there and everything. I think it will be a really cool device. But I do want to see some more on this. It should be coming out in the next couple of months. The keyboards are meant to be coming out later on this year. So it's definitely something I'm planning on doing and doing some reviews on and whatnot. And I'm really looking forward to this. The only foreseeable downside that I have at the moment is the Wi-Fi connection.
Ah.
At the moment, it'll be over a Wi-Fi connection until you get the keyboard, at which point it won't be Wi-Fi.
So
So that's the only downside I see
How
at the
does-
moment.
How does the
is
Wi-Fi?
this- Yeah, go on. Sorry.
I'll say, how does it work through Wi-Fi? Is it plugged directly into the keyboard? The keyboard's plugged in directly to the computer.
The Wi-Fi is only for if you don't have the keyboard, or something else that they're going to be releasing is a special dock, which is probably going to be about £15, which you just place the phone in.
Oh, okay. So if you don't have the keyboard, alternately, you could just set it on your desk.
So how
Yeah.
is the iPhone getting the readings of like CPU usage, temperature, and all that through
Okay.
Wi-Fi?
Well, what happens is there's a desktop app that's also free. That's the way you can customize the interface, so you can have like all your own macros and everything. And then what that'll do is when you connect over Wi-Fi, the two bits of software will automatically detect each other, and then we'll send the information back and forth. And it's that software that measures your CPU usage and its heat.
Alright.
So
Yeah,
that's
it's
basically how
basically-
that'll work.
As I say, yeah, it's basically just telling your firewall, hey, release this information to this device.
Yeah.
Seems pretty cool.
So it's not bad at all. I'm really excited about this. It's something I've wanted for a while. If you've seen the Rocket Isku keyboard, the keyboards they have shown are basically exactly the same as that, apart from no number pad, and it's just got a dock for your phone instead. Because let's face it, no one uses the number pad anymore.
I do.
I
Really?
do. If I'm typing out like say if I'm buying a game or something, then I'd use it. But
Oh,
I don't use
God.
it.
All
People
time.
use it.
I don't use it like lots. But
I use it for
if I'm-
Counter-Strike macros for buying guns.
Yeah, but you'll have your hotkeys as well in the keyboard. The keyboard, it's got something called thumb pads, which is just below the mouse. You have 3 extra buttons, and when you press them, it'll double up all of your keys.
Below the mouse.
Below the spacebar.
But what? That? Yeah, but I'd end up putting my hand on them and pressing them by accident.
No, it's designed in a specific way. You'll have to look at the images for it, but it works really nicely. When I've used it, I've never hit them by mistake.
Hmm.
I'm using
It's actually
a
a
terrible
very
keyboard
good
at the
system.
moment. I don't even know what this thing is. It's a Packard Bell keyboard. Ooh.
I've got the SteelSeries Shift. I don't like it.
I just have a keyboard.
Yeah, I don't
I don't
know.
mind.
A keyboard's a keyboard for me.
Exactly.
Yeah,
yeah.
My thoughts exactly. I
For
put my
me, I'd
money on
like
my
to have
mouse.
good keyboards.
I just want a keyboard that I can press buttons on and clicky and stuff like that.
I think because I'm a very hardcore MMO player, I tend to like using lots of hotkeys and macros and stuff. So I like to
Well, I
have those
the
extra.
Naga.
I don't really play MMOs. That's probably why I just want a keyboard.
I want a Naga, but I sold it. So,
Yeah.
Nagas are nice keyboards. I don't like the finish though.
keyboards and mouse.
Oh, mouse. No, yeah.
Mouse,
Oh my
yeah.
god, I was thinking
Get
of the
rid
Black
of
Widow.
And
Sorry.
the only
Too many
reason
I was
names.
gonna say.
Too many
Yeah.
names. Too many
The
names.
Black Widow, I don't like the finish of. The Naga mouse is okay, I guess.
the reason why I got the Naga mouse was simply for to I guess train myself away from clicking to use keybinds and stuff.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah,
I look
but-
back on it as well, most gamers originated from a console and you're used to moving with your left hand and doing all your commands with your right. So I could put all my commands on the mouse with my right hand and move around my
Too
left.
many buttons. There's too many buttons.
With my mouse, it's
Naga.
only got 4 extra buttons on it, and that's enough for me. I don't.
Yeah, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 buttons on mine. In
I
total.
like my
including the
17
mouse
buttons.
That's too many for me.
Yeah, I find that would be so like forgetting where you put all your macros.
Yeah.
Like,
The good thing about the mouse I've got, the Rocket Cone Plus, is there's a button on it called the Easy Shift. So when you press that, all of your other buttons double up.
That's pretty cool.
So when you press in the easy shift, and let's say you press easy shift and mouse button 1, the mouse button 1 button will then do something different to clicking, which is quite cool. And that's a Rockcat product. And one thing that what they have on their keyboards now from the ISKU model is something called Rockcat Talk, which means your Rockcat mouse will be able to, if you press the easy shift button on the mouse, then all of your keyboard buttons will double up and will be able to do something else.
Very pretty nifty.
So it's very, very good for MMOs. And I think that's what Rockcat are sort of aiming themselves towards at the moment. But I definitely think that the power grid will be great for MMO and RTS players, personally.
This is all just going right over my head. I have absolutely no idea what you're...
But yeah, guys, I think we should call that a wrap for this.
Alright.
Yeah,
Yeah?
I think we've said all that we've said.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's cool. So I hope you all enjoyed this podcast. We've spent a lot of time on this today. An hour and 5 minutes at the moment. So a lot of time has gone into this.
You better
Now I've
appreciate
got
this.
about 8 hours of editing and 25 hours of rendering. And but yeah, it's been quite fun. Thank you for being on here, Hazzy, WoWDar and Yigian. It's been very cool to have you as guests.
Cool
I hope
to
you
be on
enjoyed your time on here today.
It was
and
awesome.
Yep, thank you.
Thank you
be
very much
cool.
for having us.
It'd be cool to see you back another time.
I'll
So,
be back.
that's it for this video. Don't forget to check out all of our social networks, our forums, and our daily blog. All of the links to which will be below, as well as the links to all of the articles that we used in today's discussion. I've been System Override with Yigian, Hazzy, and WoWDar, and you've been watching Verge Gaming. I'll catch you next time.